Uja, greetings. I am Sunnu Set Nehast Ra. Welcome to our early morning ancient Egyptian devotional dedicated to Goddess Net in all her mystic forms, gods and goddesses who are derived from her transcendental essence. The liturgy, which you will be able to see on screen, is recited in the ancient Egyptian language, the Medu Neter. English and Brazilian Portuguese translations is provided for you. You can see these translations on screen directly below the hieroglyphic text transliteration. You are welcome to participate by chanting along in your worship space, home, or wherever you may happen to be during the service, or you are also welcome to listen quietly in a contemplative mood. Following the devotional, Uwashu, the recitation of the liturgy, and meditation, Uwa, we will have a brief wisdom, Rek, teaching by Sehu Khepra Ankh, leader and priest of the Temple of Henat. Before we begin, please remember to mute all devices. We will now begin. Presented on the screen at the moment is a stone-carved depiction of the facing pylons of the Temple of Henat from the statue of Henat. On the left and right sides are the pylons in which one of the symbols of Goddess Net sits atop of a papyrus standard. Her emblem is her two arrows crossed and tied to her shield. This symbolizes the protection and resurrection of the soul within this place, the temple. Behind the emblems of Net on both sides are the flags, which mean Neter, divinity. In the center of the pylons at the bottom is the opening to the temple, and above that is the pyramidal structure, which symbolizes the four equilateral planes of the universe and the mystic number 4. Above that, at the very top, is the cow hieroglyph, which means rising. It symbolizes the sun rising between the mountains, the Aket symbol, and for the initiate, the emergence of spirit consciousness. That summa to letter Jerefnet suha taptinet per Heru. Menget mert heb setnet entire. Yeri hertep SSM hapnen. Ina ren FJecta. Net mesure punater. Ine. Jedef Nesu Hetepti Netperkeru Benket Mert Hepset Net Enkai Geri Hepertep SSM Het Net Ina Ren Efjekta Net Nesu Punater Amen. Jedef Nesu Hetepti Netperkeru Benket Mert Hepset Net Enkai Geri Hepertep SSM Het Net Enat Ren Efjekta Net Nesu Punater Amen. Jedef Nesu Hetepti Netperkeru Benket Mert Hepset Net Enkai Geri Hepertep SSM Het Net Ena Ren Efjekta Duamun Gedef Ubedef Heru Akuti Anate Chokira Erne Duben Duamun Gedef Ubedef Heru Akuti Anate Chokira Nefer Neruben Duamun Gefuben Heru Akuti Anate Chokira Nefer Neruben Duamun Gefuben Heru Akuti Anate Chokira Nefer Neruben Ari Jensikert Asetsuhu. Kiasuhu. Mesudi Hatep Naperkeru. Didi Eskau Avamuman. Nefershepsi, Etne, Ete, Nesuti Hetep Neferkeru, Lidi Eskau Apamune, Nefershepsi, Etne, Ete, Nesuti Hetep Neferkeru, Lidi Eskau Apamune, Nefershepsi, Etne, Nesuti Hatep Neferkeru, Didi Eskaru Abamune, Nefershepsi, Etne, Ate. Tua Imshamsi, En Nebajer, Seshu En Keperu, Dua Asar, Nebrestal, Paut Neteru, Aat Ami, Netakert. Anatet Hir Kekenti, Amentet, Un Nefer, Ab Abdu, Matentu, Ai, Ku An Nek Arati, Resta. Seteka Seker, Aku Sari Nehast, Ubed Senter, Set Emka, Def Sit Neter, Oni Entet, Hena, Yash Em Neter, Asar, Erdit, Endek, En Ari Heru, Hena Herme Endes, Ari Heru, Aus, Watepi, Ari Sech, Aba, Ua Neter, Abu Pen Ha Asar, Abu Pen Asar, Spur Em Heru, Arit Bert, Nehas Sa, Uajit Pa Neter, Asa Ari Heru, Hept Em, Aset, Abu Yen Tuchen, Medut Yan, Aset Sam, Ujat, Setep Saher Amseti, Enti Amsa Asar, Sa Amseti, Asar Emseti. Medut Nebet Apsheta Ari Besa. Her happy anti Sa Asar. Sa happy. Asar pu happy. Medut Ian. Net. Sedua Ra. Semesher Heru. Neb Ari Maket En. Duamutef and T Amsa Asar. Sa Duamutef. Asar Pu Duamutef. Medut Ian. Circuit. Inka Ke Sekedet. Saru. Neb Ari Maket. En Quepsunef. Entet. Amsa Asar. Sa Quepsunef. Asar Pu Quepsunef. Yanatura emuen duacheta. Yanatura emuen duacheta. Never Medut, Anatet Hirke Asar, Putra, Mati Sake, Setu Sakake. Never Medut, Anatet Hirke Asar, Putra, Mati Sake, Setu Sakake. Nebuchadnezzar Medut, Anatatürk Asar, Putra, Maki Saki, Setu Sakaki. Nebuchadnezzar Medut, Anatatürk Asar, Putra, Maki Saki, Setu Sakaki. Adi Jen Sekert, Adi Duaker, Ekal Uashu, Net Net Duanet, Sefekera Senwena, Net Net Duanet, Sefekera Senwena, Net Net Duanet, Sefekera Senwena. Net, net, duanet, sefakera selue. Su Mu Su Mu Su Mu Su Om Mani Apata Om Mani Apata Om Amurapata Om Amurapata Om Asana Sehu Om Asana Sehu Om Asana Sehu Om Asana Sehu Heru ma Heru Heru ma Heru Heru ma Heru Heru ma Heru Ase 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 Amaya Mepe Puja Sele Ailete Amaya Mepe Puja Sele Ailete Amaya Mepe Puja Sele Ailete Amaya Nebe Ankuja Sele Ailete Jua Nuk Atiam Kapelu Nuk Atien Kepen Nuke Atien Kepen Nuke Atien Kepen Enteru 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 Nuk neberu, nuk neberu, nuk neberu, nuk neberu, nefer remtra in atom, nefer remtra in atom, nefer remtra in atom. Nefer Remtra in Aton Bakeru Ba Nebejer Makeru Ba Nebejer Makeru Ba Nebejer Makeru Ba Nebejer Luke, ooh-ah, ooh-ah. Luke, ooh-ah, ooh-ah. Luke, ooh-ah, ooh-ah. Luke, ooh-ah, ooh-ah. Nukmat, 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 Nukmat. Newport, 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 Newt, Newt, Do, root, newt. Asa, 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 pete au, ankh vision, puas hena, nefu erkeketu, embaat, indijasu, sunu imhotep, aset, ua suja heru, suja menut, nebu sen efset, efsen asa aset, etepi, suja auitu yasor, necheshu nebu, emhu shemu, met metu, tau, sep nebu, neshteta, ua menti, Heru kut, teken an at, tesu kem, hena sefa, ra, digit kat, hena asar, peta keperu, medut ra, tat, nefi asar keperu, uahai, uaker. Nuke aset, perke nayet, ret enau seter, sa medu en Djehuty, her tep, maat pet, ta atert, aset neter, nefer, pu ankh seske, sd ament, sa enken, ufn, au f, ready f, nepket, dit etep, f her, ft ent en f tawi, uahai, uaker. Heru ma Heru. Heru ma Heru. Heru ma Heru. Heru ma Heru. Nerai mesra. Nerai mesra. Nerai mesra. Nuk Khepra Ankh Ra Emau Temu Ami Meshe. Nuk Khepra Mduau Ra Emau Temu Ami Meshe. Nuk Khepra Mduau Ra Emau Temu Ami Meshe. Uai Uaker. Seth. Netter. Netter. Never Digessery, Zisheri, Netter, Netter, Move, Never, Digessery, Zisheri, Netter, Netter, Move, Never, Digessery, Zisheri, Netter, Netter, Move, Never, Digessery, Zisheri, Uasheri, Uatefa. measure. Pete, 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 pete. Peace, 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 peace. Attempt. Dua. Attempt.
Ujjayi, greetings. So today, one moment please. Ujjayi. So we're going to move to line 9. And just as a review, recall that we're working on this panel from the hypostyle hall at the Karnak Temple, which is a magnificent hall with huge columns and in the western portion of the south wall, so southwest, we find this panel where you have Lord Djehuty in a striking posture of stretching out his arms. He's using a cloth. And the text tells us that this is a pictorial representation of expansion of the universe and expansion of consciousness. And a human being can experience this if they do certain things on themselves, certain meditation practices, or led by someone who is qualified and skilled in achieving states of higher consciousness. And then the student have to be prepared and ready. And looking on is a goddess we'll talk about later. And we're doing these 17 lines from this panel. So we could do it all, but it'll take a long time. There's a lot here. So I picked out the salient lines to go through. So there are 17 of them. And we're at 9. So more than halfway. So after we're done with the 12 over Djehuty's head, we'll go to these few in front of the goddess and learn about her and what she's doing in the process of looking on, so that the whole scene works together. In line 8, we are told, let's go down to 8. We are told that the divinities exist in duality. That they are dual divinities. And then that there is a foremost divine, or a foremost divinity, Hatned, foremost divinity. And this is telling us that all of the divinities, all of the dual divinities, excuse me, all of the dual divinities, the Neterti, Nebu, they are under the foremost divinity, the Hatned. So in other words, all of these divinities are manifestations of the Hatned. So they are not the supreme divinity. They are under the supreme divinity, the foremost. And then, in line 9, the line for today's study, it tells us Heru, Her, S, G, then damage text, Seher. We're doing it in Word today, that's why you have these squiggly lines here. Here's the text, so here's Heru, Her, S, K, then here's the region of the damage text, and then Seher, and the determinative for Seher is on the other line, the beginning of line 10. So we'll show that next time. So there is the face of Heru, that is shining light consciousness, causes you gladness. Seher means gladness. Causes you gladness, as his face is a reflection of your personality. The shining light consciousness is your very own reflection. You are that shining light consciousness. Thus, you are Heru, gleaming spirit light in which there are no defilements, no obscurations, nor blemishes. You are this higher spirit consciousness. Thus, you are Heru, the spiritual victor over egoism and unrighteousness. You shine forth as the light of higher consciousness. And this brings great joy, gladness, satisfaction, and inner attunement with absolute consciousness. The efficient cause of your peace is this spirit light consciousness. And there's more that can be said in extrapolating the philosophical posit of the line. Here it says Heru, her, so Heru's face. And then S causes thou gladness. So Heru's face causes you gladness. And here, Heru is a mystic metaphor for spirit light consciousness. So it's relating to the source of joy, gladness, satisfaction, true peace in life. There's something that goes around that in the dating world, where men say that they want a woman to give them peace, a woman to be their peace. And that ultimately meets with failure, because no person or idea or concept or identity outside of yourself can give you what is being referred to as your true peace. So what they're really saying is that I want someone who doesn't challenge me or bother me. And that is not peace. That is avoidance of engagement. And peace is the maintenance of calm in the face of challenge, adversity, and conflict. And that can't come about by someone being meek and not talking back to you, or not having their own opinion, or not challenging you. In fact, you need challenge, and that's the whole idea of Heru, the divinity Heru. His name is here. In the Assyrian resurrection myth, he's challenged by Set, by egoism. And through this challenge, he has forged his metal of spiritual strength and valor and power. And so you need challenge to forge the inner awareness of spirit. Without challenge, you'll just be like a slug or an amoeba. You need pressure, like gold, diamonds are made by pressure. Too much pressure and it wouldn't work. So there needs to be a balance. So you need relaxation. You don't need to be in conflict all the time and arguing and argumentative, and that would signal something else. What is being explained here is that to avoid the eventualities of life, constantly avoiding, and believing that you're at peace, that's the delusion. Peace would be if there is engagement through calm, meaning you're engaging through the endemic calm that is developed by spiritual evolution, advancing on the spiritual path. In this text, we have a unique rendering of the term S, meaning here, meaning to cause or causes. It's usually written like this, or it can be written like this. Here it's written like I'll just trace it. It's written more like this. So it's a unique rendering of the term S. And it means to cause. And what this text is sharing with us, what the sages are sharing with us, is that the cause of your gladness, of your true peace, is spirit consciousness. That's what Heru represents. It is spirit consciousness that sublimates the ego. So Heru represents higher consciousness. And therefore the efficient cause, the cause that produces a transformative awareness within yourself is your Heru consciousness self. And here Heru is being referenced. If you engage the text long enough and thoroughly, you get to learn the insights. And I'm saying that to say that here Heru is being referenced as shining light consciousness. And that shining light consciousness is actually a reflection of you. So when you ascertain a shining light consciousness in a process of duality, and you are, with your inner eye awareness, are viewing spirit light consciousness, what's occurring at that time, and that occurs in meditation, is that spirit light consciousness is a reflection of yourself. You're seeing your own reflection in the light, and therefore you're seeing your true self. If you were to make union with that spirit light consciousness, then you are reflecting, you are gleaming, you are the effulgence. But until that happens, that's a reflection. And a reflection tells you, like if you look in a mirror, you see how you look. When you ascertain spirit light conscious, it is telling you what you are. You are that light consciousness. And so that spirit light consciousness is your very own reflection. And what it means that your reflection in a mirror on the physical plane is an illusion, is not the true being, the true self. But when you see or ascertain the spirit light consciousness, you're seeing your true self, your true reflection. And thus you are that shining light consciousness. And what needs to happen is you're to go from ascertaining the reflection to becoming absorbed in that reflection. And when that occurs, you realize your own Heru nature. Your Heru, the gleaming spirit, in which there are no defilements, no obscurations, and no blemishes. You're pure spirit light. You are that higher consciousness. And therefore, in that ascertainment, there is a removal of the egoism that would otherwise prevent that ascertainment from occurring. And if you were to become situated and established in that higher consciousness, that would constitute spiritual victory. And then there's only one step to go after that, to the Nebuchadnezzar level. And therefore, that joy and the joy that is being referred to here, the gladness, it's not the same like they just had what the I guess they call it the World Cup, the soccer championships. And you see when a person makes a goal or the team wins, everyone is jumping and everyone is excited. That's not what that means. The joy, the gladness is an inner feeling, experience of the freedom from unrighteousness and impurity within yourself. It's the joy, the gladness of the spirit that you are now in full awareness of. And in that there is the truth. So if you look at the ancient Egyptian statues, you don't see big smiles. You see, like if you look at the mask of Tutankhamun, you don't see a big smile showing all the teeth. You look at any of the statues, you look at all the depictions on the walls in the temples, you don't see big smiles. And because the inner joy, the gladness, the joy, it's a transcendental feeling that is occurring internally. And it does not require an outward, overt expression. It is something that you feel, something that you experience, as opposed to something that you express. And with that comes deep satisfaction. Like if you take an exam, let's say you're studying to be whatever it is. The nurses, they have their exam NCLEX, and you study, you pass. There's some satisfaction with that. Multiply that a couple 100,000 times, 200,000 times, or 1,000,000 times. That deep, profound satisfaction, and that satisfaction relates to the removal of the process of clinging and grasping and attachment. You're satisfied, you're at rest, you're at calm. You have the thing or you don't have the thing. There's an equanimity. If you have the new car, you are at rest. If you don't have the new car, you're at rest. It's the same, regardless of the outward condition of the world. And the point is that this kind of restfulness, called seher, gladness, comes about by your realization of your own shining spirit light reflection. And through this satisfaction, you become attuned to absolute consciousness, and that we refer to as Nebuchadnezzar. And if you become attuned to absolute consciousness, it's just a matter of time before you realize absolute consciousness, because you're aligned with it, you're attuned with it, you're developing deeper feeling and connection. And therefore you'll have the transcendental experience at some point. So the efficient cause, the cause that creates the metamorphosis, the transformative process within, is a spirit-like consciousness, and is the true cause of your peace. And peace here is relating to calm, an inner calm, an inner calm awareness, spirit-like consciousness. And this is not the calm of just sitting home being relaxed. This is the endemic calm that is there regardless of the outer conditions of the world. So if someone is upset with you and yelling at you, you work through the issue, but you yourself are not disturbed or angry or upset. So you can engage without negative, afflictive emotional states and conditions. You engage from the center of calm within. And where does that calm come from? Heru, spirit-like consciousness. Okay, so I think next week what we'll do, we'll put it all together, because we've done 9 lines now. So I think next week we'll go through and see how it all works together, because you can get lost going from line to line. I forgot what happened in line 1 that is setting all of this up. So this is an advanced level. This is an advanced movement that is taking place. Recall, there was talk of mental quietude, rest, learning about the nature of the gods and goddesses in line 8. So from line 6 to 8, you go from mental quietude to learning about the gods and goddesses. And line 9 now is letting you, or informing us of the reflection of our spirit light and what is the ramification of that. And the ramification of that is calm, attunement with absolute consciousness, and a realization of our own spirit light nature, which is our true being. Okay, so dua everyone for joining in. If there are any questions, you can leave them in the email. Until we meet again. Sunnu Set Heru. Sunnu Set Heru. Heru Makeru. Heru Makeru. Hatap, 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 hatap. Hatap. Dua, hatap. And dua again for a nice devotional.